Is it my settings?
No, it
Could
might be
be?
mine. Alright, let me double check that. I think that's now working.
I made sure that my voice is allowed to share.
No, that's good. Everything's good now.
Alright, lovely.
The stream is on mute. Hello, stream. Welcome.
So Bad Boy has started his first flying lap.
Interesting to see what Bad Boy's pace is here, especially in the Ferrari. He struggled in his last few weeks.
He's following up the Alpine. Adman is also behind on his hot lap.
Looking smooth. Might not be fast, but it's no mistakes. Definitely smooth here from Bad Boy.
Okay. The Bad Boy going through the last sector, through the last couple of corners.
It's a very clean
we've
lap.
got a yellow flag.
That's a Williams spun round. 118.4 sets the tone for this qualifying
Williams
session.
Of Haunted Curse, who spun it. And
can't get it back straight. Waits for the Aston Martin to go past. He's on an outlap anyway. Haunted Curse has been disqualified because he couldn't get out. He must have been beached. Yeah, his back tyres, he was trying to go, but got beached. That's just unfortunate.
Very early on, so Haunted Curse will be at the back of the grid as Easters in the McLaren has set a 5/10 slower than Bad Boy.
Cyclone and Mercedes struggling first time out though. You'd expect the Mercedes to be just behind the Ferraris and definitely ahead of the McLarens and the Alpines.
The Haas is just finishing his lap, and I believe he must have made a mistake, as it's a 1:35.
And it was invalidated.
Ah.
He's going again though, his hot lap is on. He rides the turn 1 curbs horrendously. I think he might back out of this lap because this isn't going very well.
It's not been a great start.
I think Tease has just started his second lap because his hot lap is low. Edu's on a hot lap. Just coming out of sector 1 now. Going through start of sector 2.
The Ferrari is coming round the last sector, the last few corners, about to start his hot lap. Will he get anywhere near his teammate?
East thinks he's safe. He's retired in the pit lane. Theoretically, he only has to beat one more car to be safe this session. Edu's coming around the final.
Started his lap.
Final chicane now in his Aston Martin.
Maxi Block has set the purple sector for sector 1. Looks to be flying through there.
Right on board with him. He's not afraid to put the power down early, is he?
No, he's going for it.
Cyclo's
in Q1.
crashed out.
Oh wow. Oh, there's no one near him. Sergio maybe? The Haas has just gone past it. He seems to just have lost it coming out of that corner.
It's a purple sector 2 as well for Maxi.
Absolutely flying.
Into the final couple of corners. It's all looking good. Rides the sausage curbs.
Been a very good lap.
And the new fastest sector Q1 time is a 1:17.9.
5/10 faster than his teammate Bad Boy. What a lap.
Very good lap.
You'd assume that he is now safe and he would not have to go out again.
Brandon has spun it on his
Red
lap.
Bull.
Brandon, the championship leader, has spun it on his first lap in qualifying. Is his teammate Ifni on a better lap? He's got through the first 2 sectors without spinning. What are the times looking like though?
He's got a 52 split for the second sector, which
from around the final corner.
Good. Going to be a 1.
It's slow. It's very slow.
19.5.
It's 1.5 seconds down on maxi block.
Oh.
Brandon is just limping back to the pits. Xavi is on an in-lap, I would imagine. No, he's got a purple sector 1. Xavi and Alpine with purple sector 1.
Oh, wow.
By 200ths of a second.
Xavi's always been so quick, though.
He has.
Always.
That Alpine is a reasonably slow car, and he's always putting it up there. I can't remember a race where he's failed to reach Q3.
Ah, he's invalidated. Just going up that corner, that is very tricky.
He would have run out of ERS anyway, so he wouldn't have been able to finish the lap, but he should be safe for that 1:18.4.
He is showing some very strong pace.
In fact, Xavi is safe with that 1:18.4 because he's beat Cyclo's time.
The Alpine of Fanfinus has just started his hot lap going through the first sector.
And he spun it.
And he spun it.
That's 2 Red Bull engine cars now spun it in that part of sector 1.
As he lets the McLaren of, I don't even know how to say that.
Niels
through.
Be nice if they gave us a video of them pronouncing their names correctly like Premier League footballers do.
Yeah. See, just quite smooth around that sector there.
McLaren looks well balanced this year.
Yellow sector.
It's a
it's a purple
52.4.
middle sector.
Brandon has gone P1. We completely missed that lap. We thought he was going to box after spinning it and wrecking his tyres, but 3/10 to the Ferrari of Maxi Block. It's another very good lap time. That puts him safely through to Q2.
Incredible. As the McLaren goes around the final corner,
what can he do in comparison to his teammate? P5.
5th. Is a second off than to Brandon, but he's still a very good lap.
He is a 10th faster than a Red Bull in Ifni.
It's going to be a very interesting little grid at the end of it.
Edu has just started his second flying lap, I believe, in that Aston Martin, trying to get out of the relegation battle.
As you said, though, only 2 people are going out this round, so it will be a heartbreak for those 2 drivers. Haunted Curse already out, so it's only 1 more actually.
Yeah, and if everyone can beat the 1:19.3 of Cyclo, it will be Cyclo.
It will be, yeah. So Fanfinus just needs to put a lap together, and he's on an invalidated lap currently. So will he pull out and do a strong lap, or already pit and get some fresh tyres?
There's a McLaren across the track sideways. That has just put Edu off properly, as he's had to avoid Niels, who was around in sector 3. And Ifni has said he's just come home from holiday. We need to allow him being slow. I'm not sure you quite get away with that one when you're driving a Red Bull. But Edu does improve by 9/10 of a second, puts him up to P11. And Sergio Silva in the Alpha Tauri doubles down on that and goes above both Aston Martins. So now it's down to Drew's little brother, Fan and Alvaro, to beat Edu. Alvaro is not far away from starting his lap.
Oh, there he is.
Fanthonius must have invalidated his last lap because he's got no hot lap ERS whatsoever.
Alvaro's starting his lap now. Just exiting the final corner on the straight. Makes his way into the first corner.
Ooh,
really
almost
rode that
loses it.
curb there. High onto it quite nicely.
He's on his own today, this Alfa Romeo.
There's an Aston Martin who's spun
Around the final corner.
Trying to enter the pit lane, I think?
Yeah, it would have been.
I don't know, he's entered it now.
Yeah, it would have been trying to enter it. Down to 5th there for Alvaro. Through the really fast right-hander. I was surprised to see him go so far down the gears. It's a 54 flat second sector split.
I keep getting purple sector, but I know someone got a 52 earlier. So
it's happened to me as well. As he rounds the final chicane in first gear.
It's quite a slow chicane there. But where would it put him in front of Cyclo?
It puts
it does not.
Drew's little brother though, by less than 300ths of a second.
Fanthonius really needs to get a lap out, otherwise he will be out in Q1.
There's no movement at the minute in the AlphaTauri garage.
Will he just be waiting?
In fact, I think Fanthonius has only just got back into his pit. I think he's just entered the garage now.
Oh.
Adman Trev is back out on a lap in P8 for Alpine. He's only up by 200ths of a second. He's not quite showing the pace of Cyclone,
so he is safe already.
So I wonder if these are new tyres or whether they are used. He doesn't need to waste any new tyres. How many drivers will be aware of that, and how many will still go out and burn new rubber?
It's not a bad first sector, and he's up on his time still.
This is all looking good. It's tidy. It's a lovely final chicane as well. Lots of speed carried through it. This could be a very nice time.
Xavi has spun it in the first sector
by 0.3 up to P6, and his teammate, as you say, going slowly after a spin.
We now have Fanthonius out on track.
We are going to follow him because that's the important driver right now. Alvaro has spun it in Sector 1 as well. Lots of cars being caught out there.
As I said before, this is a very tricky track. It's a very slippery circuit.
And the Haas has entered the pits, which means that Fanthonius only has to beat a 121.1 to get through to Q2.
Alvaro's struggling to get around this track now. His tyres must be overheating and he just can't get around the corners, it looks like. I'm sure he'll be making his way back to the pits now.
Fanthonius coming around the final couple of corners to start his flying lap, his final flying lap.
His teammate Sergio Silva also behind him, about to start a lap.
Fanthonius just hit neutral going through the final chicane. Here we go then. Big lap for the AlphaTauri.
This will be to wrap up Q1 and decide who out of Gru Little Brother and Fanthonius will be exiting in Q1. Taking a very short line through Sector 1.
Carrying lots of momentum through every corner.
getting on the throttle very early. He knows it comes down to this lap, and you can see it.
Leaving nothing on the table here, exploiting every track limit, right to its edge.
It's a 52-1 split for the second sector, which you've seen is quite a good time, and if he can continue it through sector 3, might get him through. Need to keep it clean. Quite a nice,
very good lap
sector there. As he makes his way to the
line,
line,
183.
Very good lap.
He struggled to put a lap in, but when he did it, he made it worth it.
So that's the Alpha Tauri. Got Fanfinus putting himself in P3 as his teammate is on a lap now.
But there we have it.
But this...
It is Gru Little Brother and Haunted Curse who will be leaving us at the end of qualifying 1, and Cyclo will not get a chance to participate in Q2 as he crashed out. We are now just watching Sergio Silva doing an in-lap for the fun of it. He's having a victory lap. He's got through to Q2. Congratulations.
We have seen pace from an Alpha Tauri putting himself in Q3, in P3 above the Ferrari of Bad Boy. So this could be a very interesting qualifying. And Ifni in the Red Bull down in P8.
I think that might just be him shaking off some cobwebs here. I think there's more.
Yeah, it's been on holiday, yeah.
You'd hope there's
some
more
hidden pace. Sergio Silva crosses the line to end Q1.
And with no ERS, he still almost did a faster lap than Gru Little Brother.
So that is Banter Brandon, fastest in Q1. We're 1:17.6, 3 tenths faster than the Ferrari of Maxi Block.
And 3 drivers leave us. Cyclo in the Mercedes. That is a shock after he crashed into the wall. Gru Little Brother in the Haas. And Haunted in the Williams. You have to look at the Williams of Tees. If he can maintain that P10 in Q2, he will be in Q3 yet again, which is a phenomenal achievement for a Williams driver.
It's crazy days there, really. And that Williams, getting a lap like that.
Punching well above his weight.
Very impressive. What do we think about the race on Sunday?
I thought it was amazing as a Max fan myself.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm there supporting Max as well.
Very much enjoyed it.
Just the pace was unbelievable.
I thought Alonso was as funny as he normally is.
Yeah.
Love a bit of Fernando when he's on fire like that. And I hope this Sunday the Dutch supporters can get behind their hero and hopefully boost him to another win.
Last time it was a whitewash in Netherlands for Max. He was gone with an absolute flyer. I would not be surprised if we see that again. I can see movement in the McLaren pit. Both McLarens, I believe. Oh no, it was a Ferrari. Is Ferrari? Let's have a look.
East in the McLaren is the first driver out on track.
And behind it is the Ferrari of Bad Boy Man. Then the Alpine of And Adman.
No, it's Xavi. Oh, yeah, it's Adman, sorry. Xavi's the
Yeah.
next car out on track.
A lot of drivers are going out straight away, a lot quicker than in Q1.
So, focus turns to east as Edu leaves his garage in the Aston Martin. I'm surprised so many drivers are still in the pits.
I am. Especially with so many crashes, you'd want to try and get a lap done just in case, and then really go for it. But as East leads the drivers coming out into Q2, he will start his lap as he comes around the last corner now in the McLaren. DRS open and down the main straight. We are seeing Alvaro exiting the pit lane now.
Let's ride on board for the rest of this lap.
I wonder if Bad Boy Man was close enough to get a bit of a slipstream down that first sector.
Well, he's not Bad Boy, but Maxi Block is facing backwards in sector 1.
Oh wow, spun it.
And
Maxi Block has got a 5-place grid penalty for a collision with Anthonus.
Well, Anthonius has got an invalidated lap time now. I don't know if that had anything to do with said incident. But our attention turns back to East. 52.129 was his sector 2 split.
Another yellow flag.
It's Anthonius slowing down to let the Alpine past. And Williams has spun it in sector 1.
Yeah, that is Tyres who has spun it. He's just making his way off track. He's got clear space. It's a 118.5.
Or a 117.9 from Bad Boy Man.
The Aston Martin of Edu. I don't know. Edu he spun it as well in the first sector. They seem to be really struggling around that fast right-hander. Just putting it all together.
So who's on the lap? Xavi's just completed a very slow lap. He must have turned his ERS off almost straight away. I think he's now starting his flying lap. And there is a car coming onto the track ahead of him. The Red Bull needs to get out of the way of Xavi here in sector 1, and he does. Xavi's looking very fast. No issues where everyone else has been spinning. He's at 1 with that car. It's a very wide line going into turn 4.
Maxi Block has spun again and has got in Alvaro's way on his hot lap. He did not get out of the way in time.
Maxi Block seems to be a threat to everyone else at the minute.
Seems to really be struggling around that first sector.
And this lap from Xavi is looking very clean. Sender in
Did he take an extra lap to heat up his tyres?
I don't believe so, but he may have done. If that 121 was on purposely to warm up his tyres, then that's interesting. But he started his lap with only 80% ERS, so he may have gone for a lap and backed out. Brandon with a 117.3, 6/10 clear of the Ferrari in P2.
Very quick.
Xavi is coming across the line now, and it's only a 119.1. He finds himself behind his teammate, which we've not seen that often this season.
Behind the McLaren of East by 6/10.
Ifni has just started his lap, I think.
Maxi Block now into the pit as he has spun.
Yeah, changed to fresh tyres.
Yeah, there we are.
Yeah. Ifni is on a flying lap through sector 1.
Zetu is about to start his flying lap.
22.3 from Ifni. It's not the fastest sector 1 in the world. He dips a tyre onto the grass.
Tyres is also out on his out lap, probably with his fresh tyres after a spin.
Ifney is very shaky with this Red Bull. A lot of oversteer you see him.
He may not have had that time to get...
Oh, he spun it.
He might not have had the time to get his setup done correctly.
Potentially. Xavi is saying that his tyres were on 35% for that lap.
Also used tyres.
Very used tyres. But they could still get him through here to Q3 if the cars behind him continue to struggle. There are 3 cars who have set lap times that aren't representative, with Maxi, Edu and Alvaro, and there are 5 cars that are still yet to set a lap time completely.
Zetu is just coming around the last corners on his flying lap in the Aston Martin.
Ifney is also going again with only 40% ERS.
And he makes it to the line. Where will it put it? A 120.1, putting him in P7. Just in front of Alvaro. With a 9/100th difference. So it's very tight between the Aston Martin and the Alfa Romeo there.
And Niels, I believe, has just started his flying lap. Going through turns 1, 2 now. And into turn 3.
Get Sergio Silva on his out lap for his first lap in Q2. Left it quite a bit later than all the other races. We've also got Maxi block out for his second attempt in Q2 after really not finding any grip through that first sector. Oh, Alvaro, is he just letting people pass?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, he is.
He was travelling extremely slowly. Maxi block has very rushed this out lap. He wants to get heat into those tyres. Clearly he thinks that must have been the issue. It's a 52.185 second split here for Niels. It's a good lap time from him. This will put him up there with his teammate in P4 or P5. As Maxi gets out of the way. If he can keep this clean, it's a very good lap time. It all looks good. And his teammate has just retired. He thinks he's done enough. Niels goes P3. Great lap from the McLaren driver.
Phenomenal lap. As Maxi Block does also start his lap.
Should see him through to Q3. It might be a double McLaren into Q3.
Maxi Block being able to hold it together through that first sector now, looking a lot smoother. It may have been a tyre issue last time, maybe not having enough heat.
Same issue we saw with Panthonius in the first session. But when he gets through sector 1, this Ferrari looks extremely well balanced. It's got all the front end you need.
He does seem to look a lot more comfortable this lap. You'd expect something was wrong going into the last one. Maybe he did not get anywhere
tyre
near.
pressures.
A 51.5 sector 2 split, which is very quick.
Yeah, it's very good. And you'd expect this Ferrari to fly through these final few corners. The sector that this car should be strongest at.
He makes it to the line.
Oh, only a 10th behind Banter Brandon.
Still a very, very strong lap.
We could be in for a very good Q3 here. And if qualifying was to finish like this, Ferrari, as long as they're not using the real life strategist, could use their advantage of having 2 cars in the top 3 here.
Ifney in the Red Bull is on his out lap.
Needs to improve. Edu, I believe, is on a lap going through sector 2 right now. He's had a moment and he's round. Can he avoid the wall? He does. He needs to get off the track though because there will be cars behind him. Sergio Silva, I believe, might be on the lap anyway. And the Aston Martin gets going again. But will Edu now pit?
Sergio Silva pulled out of his lap.
Will Edu pit for fresh tyres because He's just spun it. They're going to be very dirty and very hot. And there's only 4 minutes left. Either he risks it by going
coming
again.
out for his next lap, trying to secure that Q3 position.
So does his teammate. Ifni now starts his flying lap.
Will we see Zetu pit for new tyres after that? Yes, we will.
The Red Bull looking much more balanced in Sector 1 than the Ferrari. Taking the wider line. He's 500ths down. And he's lost it into the gravel. He's kept it going forward.
Let it go there. You'd expect him to put out this one and really send it for this last and final lap after. Let him recharge that battery.
We could see a Red Bull out in Q2 here.
And we can't forget though, Maxi Block does have his 5-second place grid penalty from a collision with Fantinus, which could really shake up this order going into Q3.
If he's trying to let his tyres cool down a bit here.
Xavi is on his lap, coming down that back straight.
If he needs to get out of the way, and he does.
He has 6 tenths up on his time, so we are going to see a massive improvement here from
Is
Xavi.
this track evolution, or is this Xavi's first lap just those old tyres not working?
You might see them both play into this as he goes through the final sector. Seems to keep that quite smoothly as the last corner, opening that DRS.
And it's a good lap from Xavi.
1 second quicker than his old lap. Only a 10th off the Ferrari of Bad Boy Man.
And he is playing the best of the rest role there in P4 until Ifni can do a solid lap. And he's just started it. His final attempt here in qualifying to lift himself out of the bottom 4.
The Alpine of Adman has just lost it in the final sector. That is not what you want to see when you're in P9.
I think Ifni may have just been impeded by an Alfa Romeo of Alvaro in Sector 1 as well.
Quite a few people here on outlaps now. Where Fanfinus, he does not think he's safe, possibly. He is in P6.
It'd be a shock if he was to go out here. Both
He has retired in P7.
Ifni may not be the quickest driver here, but this just has to be nice and safe, get him through, and then pull out all the stops in Q3.
He's... Xavi retiring in the pit lane, clearly comfortable with his time.
And it's a 1:18.6, it's only P9 for the Red Bull driver. Adman Trev is out of this session as it stands, so he could finish in P10 here if Sergio Silva does not improve. But he is up on his time, only by 3/10, which at the minute is not enough to knock him out.
We have both. Oh no, we have the Aston Martin of Zetu starting his lap now.
And Alvaro just behind him.
Will we see a shock horror of a Red Bull out in Q2?
We're on board with Sergio Silva. He's only 3/10 up, which would not be enough to lift him out of the bottom 4 as it stands. What can he do in the final sectors to change that?
Zetu is 1/10 up in that first sector on his old time. Alvaro's 2/10 up on his time. As the Red Bull of Ifni does move out of the way very nicely there. Seems to have taken that right-hander a little bit wide, Zetu there.
Sergio Silva doesn't quite do enough to get out of the bottom 4. Tension.
Zetu's only 2/10 up.
Turns to
Alvaro
Zetu.
5/10 up though. Could
Alvaro
this be
still
Adman
needs to
out?
improve some more. it would be a Schultz and Aston Martin in the top 10. And it doesn't look like we will.
A little bit slow through there. Oh, and his back end almost went. Well saved, but it's just not going to be enough.
Unfortunately, he's still 7/10 too slow. And Alvaro up to P12, but it's not enough. So there we have it. We've got both Aston Martins out. You've got Alvaro in the Alfa Romeo also out. And Sergio Silva in the Alpha Tauri. And if anyone in chat cares about football, Alexander Isaac has just put Newcastle 1-0 up against Liverpool.
Oh, that is quite interesting.
And my fantasy Premier League is going very well tonight.
I started it yesterday.
I've got Haaland as my captain. He's scored a hat-trick. I've got João Cancelo who's scored. I've got Gabriel Jesus who's scored.
Wait, Haaland's on a hat-trick already?
Yeah.
Today?
Yeah.
No. Oh, that's so good.
Scored a hat-trick in the first half.
That man is different.
Unfortunately.
So as we do make our way into Q3, no one too close to Banter Brandon's time. I think he was a 10th off. But could we see it tighter? Oh, Jesus scored. My fancy looks quite good in all. Who will we see out first? I can see movement in Banter Brandon. It's Pitt. He seems to want to get out early in all sessions. The Ferrari and both McLarens coming out. Both Red Bulls. Leading the way, is that? So we got Bad Boy leading the way out now. That's good. So yes, we got Bad Boy leading the way out, followed by the AlphaTauri of Fanfinus, the McLaren of Niles, East, and then the two Red Bulls, Banter Brandon and Ifney. In the pits, we still have Maxi Block, who does have the 5-place grid penalty. Adman has just exited the pits. Xavi as well. Ties. Just Maxi Block in the pit. Everyone is now out on track. You can see all drivers trying to get that heat in their tyres, which they very much need through that first sector. So as we watch, Bad Boy Man is starting his flying lap around the last corner. We do just see a couple drivers in that last sector warming up their tyres, slowing down a bit. So that yellow flag is just no one spun. To Bad Boy on his lap. He has taken the first sector very nicely there. He has been very quick all day today in that Ferrari. Taking quite a wide line through that corner with a... to get my sector time up actually. Going in to that back straight. He's holding it very nicely. Very smooth all the way through with a 51.5 split for Sector 2, which we know is very quick. He does have the AlphaTauri behind him. He has gone a little bit wide there, I think, going into that last sector. Nice and smooth. This could be quite a nice lap here from Bad Boy. As he makes it to the line, it's going to be a 1:18.1 to start us off. And Fanfulness behind him with a 1:18.3. Only 2 tenths off that Ferrari. Banter Brandon blows me away every time. He's got a 1:17.0. That is extremely quick in that Red Bull. As Niles is above his teammate East in the McLaren, 1 tenth separating them. Ifney now, P6 with an 18.4. Adman, 18.7. Apart from Banter Brandon, these 5 other drivers are very, very close to each other in time, all within the same second. Ties in the Williams. Very good to get here into Q3. Has got a 1:18.9, only 2 tenths off the Alpine, who has spun it on his in-lap, I believe. Xavi is now going for his out-lap, keeping a very tight line through Sector 1. The Williams needs to get out of his way now here, as Xavi is. Maxi Block does have a 1:17.9. Still 9 tenths off Banter Brandon's time though. What a lap from Banter Brandon.
He's just unstoppable, isn't he, this season?
He is so quick.
Last year's world champion, he's continuing the domination.
Very, very quick. They have Xavi coming around this last sector now. Where is he going to put his Alpine?
You'd imagine this lap would be good enough for around P3, P4.
That is a speed he would usually
it
carry with a 1:18.1. Very, very quick in that Alpine. Xavi never fails to put that high.
Car.
What a lap.
And now we have our usual lull in Q3.
You have to say it is quite a tight grid from 10th to P3, all of them within a second of each other. This Q3 could change dramatically, especially when Maxi Block does still have his 5-place grid penalty.
You'd also imagine that Brandon has probably got pole already for that time.
He must be sitting there comfortably. Like, that is an outrageous lap time. So, Xavi making his way to the pits. We do have a McLaren exiting the pit lane. Nice and early for a second lap.
There's also a Ferrari of Bad Boy Man coming down the pit lane. They're not hanging about.
You would expect to see Bad Boy in P3 with his Ferrari, but Xavi, he does very well in his car. So we've got the McLaren and a Ferrari out for their second lap. I'm not seeing any more movement in the pit lane currently. See the Alpine of Xavi just entering. All other drivers seem to be waiting before committing to that second lap. We do have the Alpine of Adman leaving the pits now.
We are on board here with Niels, who has just started his flying lap. Going through turn 1 now. It's much better than he took it previously.
That boy also on his lap.
Up over a 10th.
Bad Boy Man doing very well there to really push that track. He is 1/10 up on his time.
Neil's a bit slow. And he's almost lost it. He's had a wobble, he's kept it going though. How much time will that have lost him? It's a 52-2 middle split. It's over 2/10 slower than he was previously, and he's almost lost it again. You'd imagine he'd have to back out.
Bad Boy Man is really pushing the limits on this lap.
He has backed out.
He is only 500ths up on his time though, going into sector 3. Will he find the time to beat Xavi with his lap as he goes around the last sector? Really holding it there, going around the last corner now, going up to the line, opening his DRS. The 1:17.7, putting himself P2 there above his teammate and Xavi. Still 7/10 off Bad Boy, Banter Brandon though.
Good lap there from the Ferrari driver. As we now are watching Adman Trev, who is 2.5 tenths down, with a lot of time to gain in the other two sectors. He's looking to be somewhere on par with his teammate here.
In the pits we only have now Maxi Block, Niels, who's done his second lap, and East. I believe that is East exiting the pit lane now though.
It's a 52-2 middle split here for Adman Trev. He's up on his own time, but not by enough. What can he produce here in the final sector to bump him up the grid order? If he can get within the top 8, he will also gain a place due to Maxi Block's penalty.
Did seem to go a little bit wide there in that last sector though.
He comes across the line with a 1:18.4. He goes up to P8.
He does put the Alpine above the Red Bull of Ifni though, who will soon be starting his lap.
Right, is this Ifni? No, it's Brandon going around the final corner now to start his final flying lap and try and improve on his already spectacular 1:17.0.
I don't think anyone else is going to touch it anyway.
I don't think he's going to be able to touch it, if I'm honest.
It's just really impressive.
Look how easily he's keeping that car tight to the inside line. He's up on his time in Sector 1 by 0.06 of a second. Can we see a sub 1:17? He's run a bit wide there. Hopefully that doesn't impact his lap too much. He's able to hold it in 7th, almost flat. I'm fairly certain he could have taken that flat and ran on the curb.
He is 1/10 up on his time.
This machinery is phenomenal.
It's very, very impressive here.
The 2022 Red Bull car is astounding. It never fails to surprise me, and he's almost lost it. That's going to have lost him the sub 17, but it's still a great showing from Banter Brandon. It is down on his time, but he won't care.
It is still a 1:17.3, which I don't think anyone else is going to get near anyway.
Who is? Fanthonius puts it P2.
What a lap from the AlphaTauri.
AlphaTauri pushes the Red Bull down. Who's next across the line? Adman Trev comes back into the pits.
We have Ifni was 0.6 up, and I think he lost it in the last sector there.
East didn't get to do a lap. East is coming into the pits now in P7. Maxi Block is next on a lap. The game's saying purple
on his time,
but I don't know if that's true. Could
I've
he
seen 8 up on his time
match
going
Banter
into this.
Brandon? This would be incredible. Maxi Block in the Ferrari. It's P2, it's 2/10 down on Banter Brandon's time.
Still a very good lap there.
Next across the line will be Tees in the Williams. Can he get off 10th position? It's P8, and it pushes Ifni down to 10th. Neil's coming around the final corner, 2/10 up on his time. Can he beat Xavi? He can, by just under a 10th. Banthonius can't improve. Banter Brandon can't improve. There we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Your top 10. Banter Brandon takes pole for I don't know how many weeks running that is. It always seems to be him at the top. Maxi Block a close second. in the challenging Ferrari. Fanthonius with a great lap to put him onto the second row alongside the secondary Ferrari. Niels and Xavi will... Oh, Maxi won't be on the front row either. He's got a grid penalty.
He does.
He'll drop to P6, pushing Fanthonius onto the front row of the grid.
That
in
is
an
amazing.
AlphaTauri.
AlphaTauri. That's incredible.
So, Bad Boy Man and Niels will share the second row. Xavi and East will share... No, Xavi and Maxi Block will share the third row. And Ifni, the surprise of that session, only P10 in a Red Bull. He'll be disappointed with that one.
It doesn't look like anyone's near Banter Brandon, really. But that AlphaTauri, that's a phenomenal lap.
And you've got to highlight
Maxi
1.4 seconds between the Red Bull pairing.
It's crazy.
And Tease, that's a great job from the Williams team to get him up into P8. That is really quite the work he's done.
Done very well there in the AlphaTauri. No, in the Williams, sorry. And very close there to the McLaren.
Yeah, only...
Not much splitting them at all.
Less than 200ths to East. Tease really does know how to work that Williams.
Can't forget, we are going to be Cyclo from 15th making his way through this field in that Mercedes, which will be very enjoyable to watch.
Is there a formation lap on today? I don't believe so.
Don't think there's meant to be one.
No.
I wonder what tyres everyone's going to start on. You'd expect it to be a medium hard here in Spain.
You would. Although I'd expect some people to take the gamble of hards because it seems to be it seems to be worth it on several tracks in this game, and I bet Spain is probably one of them.
Yeah.
There is no formation lap. It's 5 red lights. And it's Fanthonius with a drive-through at the start. He's jumped the start.
That is really going to harm his race. He's done so well there to get into
heartbreaking
Q2.
stuff. Bad Boy Man pressing. And Maxi Block's dropping down the field. Maxi Block is off. And so is Aston Martin of Edu. Cyclo has no front wing in P14. Haunted Curse was also caught up in that incident. Adman Trev gets passed by Ifni. He's already made up 3 positions from the start of the race. And Adman is side by side now with Alvaro. Alvaro runs off track, but they're still side by side. 2 does not go into 1 to this corner. And Adman Trev loses it a little bit through there, and he's had to yield. Fanthonius, though, with that drive-through penalty for jumping the start, is at a massive disadvantage here. Bad Boy Man's really pressing to get past Brandon. And the gap is starting to form between Xavi and Niels. Brandon has cleared the AlphaTauri.
Yeah. We do see every car here on the grid on the mediums, apart from Adman, who's started on the
playing
softs.
his part as a Red Bull Academy driver. He is slowing down the cars behind them to let Banter Brandon get away. Some will claim that's not legal considering they're not in the same team. If anyone wants to report it, we'll leave it up to the stewards, but...
Cyclo is entering the pit from that accident.
Alvaro and Adman are still fighting. Softs versus mediums. Such an interesting fight.
Banter Brandon has now got a 2-second gap from Fanthonius behind.
Just as Bad Boy Man looked like he was going to attack at Brandon, Fanthonius let him go and then parked his car on the apex. in sector 3. Bad Boy Man ran a little bit wide there as we ride on board.
The Williams of Ties is up into P6 as well, gaining 2 positions there from the start.
That is very good work from the Williams driver.
Ifney though, right on the back of him.
Realistically, a Red Bull versus Williams shouldn't be
you would
too
accept
hard work.
this
overtake
to be made quite soon.
But
that if you can
Williams has had an amazing straight line speed all race, and that's somebody going slow on the straight. It's Fan. I don't know if he had a bad exit or whether he's letting everyone past. But Fanthonius has just lost 3 positions.
He did look down the inside there at the Alpine of Xavi, but had to pull out.
And Adman Trev now with the softs running right on the back of Ifney here.
Fanthonius seems to be struggling, as Tyres is also really close to him on that gearbox.
Oh, Fanthonius almost lost it. Neil's now closing in on Bad Boy Man in that Ferrari. Since being released, he's not made much ground to Brandon. Maxi Block is now coming back through the field as he gets past Zetu in the Aston Martin. He's not going to be happy that his race has been ruined into the first corner. Alvaro is on 5% ERS around a track that you do not regain it very quickly on. He'll be struggling now for the rest of the race for ERS.
We also see Gru little brother with no ERS left, and he's still just burning it through all the corners.
It's a
Haunted Curse has spun it just on his own through that last sector.
Fanthonius does take his drive-through penalty finally on lap 4. Maxi Block gets past Sergio Silva and Fanthonius due to the pit. As we're watching in front, we've got a battle here between East and Alvaro. They're side by side through turn 2. And Maxi Block looking to pick up the pieces. They're going to go 3 wide, you'd imagine, as Maxi Block takes both into one corner.
That's a brilliant move there from Maxi Block, just taking advantage of the squabbling in front of him. But we are seeing a gap form between Adman and Maxi Block, I believe.
East
which is going to
has
make
dropped
it
down some
hard.
positions. He's into the gravel after being overtaken by Maxi and Alvaro. Brandon is pulling away here. He's 4.5 seconds in the lead of this Grand Prix. Only a safety car will be able to stop him. And Niels is right on the back of Bad Boy Man here. As we watch
Xavi now out of the DRS of the McLaren. So it is just a battle between them two now.
Bad Boy Man really pulling Niels along. And Niels here has got a great chance on the straight. He's so close. Can he get it done?
Plenty of ERS. He's going to go for the move.
No ERS
Bad Boy
needed,
goes
just
very
DRS.
defensive.
And Bad Boy Man, I don't know if he lifted or whether the McLaren's just that strong. The McLaren just flew past. Xavi now back into DRS due to them squabbling into turn 1. Sergio Silva and Alvaro have collided into turn 1. Sergio Silva made the move and Alvaro went into the back of him. And East is round in sector 1. He's got he's got no front wing at all. That's all come off and that's all lying around the track.
Maxi Block has just made a brilliant move there on Adman.
Was that down the inside?
And it was down the inside. Yeah, as Adman looks to be trying to battle it back, but just is not there at the pace. Those softs must be dying off quite early. This track is not great for tyre wear. It was a very brave call there from Adman.
He is extending his gap here to Bad Boy Man. It's over 5 tenths here. The McLaren looking for a very high finish here. And there's already a
penalty for the Haas. Oh, he is up into 12th.
We're riding on board though, and he's just, to say the least, struggling. I don't know if he's got damage. I don't know. But Edu's just been forced wide by Fan.
Of Ifney.
right behind the Haas of Gru little brother, Fanthonius. Oh, and now in comes Gru little brother into the pits.
Fanfonius now has fresh air, and he does still have DRS down the straight, as Edu does not, giving Fanfonius just that more comfortable lead over him. As Ifni and Adman?
Alvaro's backwards. Alvaro and Ifni, I think, collided because Ifni just lost a lot of places and Alvaro is facing backwards. Unless that was just a synchronized spin. Alvaro's lost loads of places and he will be gutted.
Bad boy man struggling to stay on the back of that McLaren. Almost losing it. Xavi hanging on as well.
Just about. T's running a very lonely race in P5. Maxi's just behind him, but if he can keep on getting a good exit onto the final corner, you know that the Williams have got more straight line speed than the Ferrari. And Gru's little brother is slow in sector 2. Maybe
he's just come out of the pit on those hard tyres, so
they look very dirty. He looks like he's been off track with those tyres.
Could be cold, could be struggling to get that grip
Maxi
there.
Block does overtake T's on the straight. Just as I was saying, maybe he could stay ahead.
If T's can hang on there to that Ferrari, he could be in for a nice finish in that Williams.
Bad Boy Man has closed up to the back of Niels here. Just you were saying he was struggling. It's under 5/10.
Oh wow, yeah, he's come out with pace, and Xavi as well. He's still just hanging on, but
maybe Niels is just setting himself, keeping those tyres where he wants them. Controlling the distance.
I'm very interested as when Adman pits on these softs.
Yeah, that's got to be a warning that for Bad Boy Man as he runs wide.
He does have quite a lonely race now here though, so he could just be preserving them as he's 5 seconds off tyres, but then 2 seconds clear of the AlphaTauri behind him. He may just be able to preserve them.
So Xavi here, looking for an opportunity to try and get past this Ferrari. He's only 5/10 back from the Ferrari driver, who makes a bit of a mistake going around the final corner.
And does not get DRS.
That is true. I don't know why he's not got DRS. He should have. That's a strange one. Maybe his DRS is broken. Who knows? That'd be heartbreaking for him if his DRS is broken. It also makes sense why he can't get back past Niels. Ifni makes a move on Zetu down the main straight. Up to P9 now, the Red Bull driver.
As we are going to see him chase down that AlphaTauri now. Both being Red Bull. Will we see him letting him pass with no fighting? Or
you'd hope not, because they are in different teams, but they both come under the same brand, so maybe.
The closest battle right now is that Xavi going to get the Ferrari. Or the Ferrari. It's a battle for P2 right now between a McLaren, Ferrari and an Alpine. Very early on. And Maxi Block catching behind them in his Ferrari. Sergio. Oh, Adman spun it. Adman has spun it. Those softs must be dying off now, running out of grip, and there we are. You'd see him going into the pits now, I'd reckon. Yeah, as we see the Alpine of Adman going into the pits. The battle between the second place is still very, very tight. We now have an Aston Martin in the points in P9, Fanfinus in P10, with the DRS on him, using a little bit of DRS there. Is he going to be looking for the move at the end of this lap, going onto that straight? Or would he do it earlier? We do have... Is that a Ferrari? The Ferrari of Maxi Block has spun it. Is that a safety car? I don't know. Virtual, maybe? Maxi Block does have a no wing now, spinning after that. I do believe it's a virtual safety car.
I'm ever so sorry. What did I miss?
It is a virtual safety car. That's just ended. Maxi Block spun it and has broke his wing completely.
It's not good.
And
Drew Little's brother got a...
Adman had to pit because his softs made him spin and all.
Drew Little's brother has got a drive-through speeding under the VSC.
Wow.
He has shown no pace throughout his entire race. And
he's not having a good day.
Got a drive-through under the safety car.
Still finds a way to speed. Oh, as Alvaro goes down the inside of Edu, getting himself into the points in that Alfa Romeo. That was quite a nice overtake.
Edu has got a lot more ERS than Alvaro does. Remember, Edu was caught up in that one drama.
Will Edu come back
and
at
there's
him?
A spin, and it's Gru Little brother finds himself on the grass. What is he going to do here? He's letting the other car go.
He needs to be careful of that Mercedes.
He does. He needs to move out of the way. Get out of the way. Oh, that's poor.
He is slowing them down.
That is very poor. As he does wheel off into the pits. He's not liking those hards.
It's not great racing there from Gru's little brother. As Banter Brandon, he's
and
clear.
Niels is... Oh, he's only lapping, my bad. I got a bit excited there. Lapping Cyclone.
Yeah, Banter Brandon is so clear. He's not even... He's just gaining and gaining. But Bad Boy is now within three tenths of...
And Shardy's now dropped off the back of them.
This is quite a spread
Vance
out.
going for a move on Zetu. Down the inside of turn 1. They're side by side. They keep it
very
clean.
close racing here.
Vance and Zetu. Zetu's well off the track.
Zetu goes a little bit wide there.
They're still side by side.
Absolutely scrapping. Just giving
Zetu
Sergio Silva
concede.
a chance to try and get back in this bit as well.
As we're watching Bad Boy Man just behind Niels.
But now Zetu's very close to Fanfinus, and he just seems to be quicker in those being able to brake a little bit later there.
Oh, Bad Boy Man's wide in sector 3. He's lost a lot of time there. He's out of DRS to Niels. That mistake could cost him.
This is going to really help that McLaren. Just try and get away now, because we do know he does have a lot of pace.
McLaren's got a lot more DRS to burn as well.
The Bad Boy Man we just saw was burning some, trying to get back in. He has got back into the DRS zone. Neil seems to just be saving his ERS for later on when he really needs it. The Williams of Tyres has got quite a very lonely race there here in P5, but to be in P5 in that Williams is
and there's an Aston Martin round. It's Edu. Edu's around. I don't know if he was entering the pits or whether he was maybe trying to keep on going, but he's now in the pits anyway. His race has also not really started after being involved in a turn 1 incident. Got another...
Maxi Block has pitted quite early for those hards after his spin. Will he struggle near the end of the race?
We shall see. Maybe it's a hard to soft strategy.
His 23 laps on those hards around Spain will be very difficult.
His yellow flags as it's Adman Trevor's round in P12 in sector 1, facing the wrong way. As a McLaren will approach him, it's east. Oh!
Oh my. That was very dangerous there from Adman.
That was very close. And here comes Edu. And finally Adman is facing the right way. And does navigate himself through the corner. But his rears are going to be very overheated as he's struggling.
And Edu is right behind him
Adman
now.
is off the track, needs to stay clear.
Will he get the move nice and easy? Yeah, Edu's clear now.
And now he needs to stay clear of Banter Brandon, who is about to come and lap them both. As a Haas is round again, it's Gru's little brother. He's not round. Why was there yellow flags? He must have been that slow. He's not having a good race.
He's not. But Bad Boy Man is still clinging on to that McLaren. He's found his way back into that DRS and is very tight between these two. Xavi has dropped off them a little bit there, making a 4-second gap. It's
another penalty for Haas.
What is that? How many is that now?
That's 2, but also he's had a drive through.
That's 6 seconds and a drive through. That is.
It's poor if we're honest, but
it's not great. But Cyclo is there and dead last. He's had 2 moments in this race and started from the back. Yeah, he's not done it very. As we do have an Aston Martin spun in sector 1.
And that
was Edu.
Edu again.
These whenever someone's coming out on these fresh hards, they seem to be really struggling in that first sector.
And he seems to got it going again. So we turn our attention back to Bad Boy Man.
Sergio Silva is got DRS now on Zetu. Can we see?
He doesn't anymore. He's out of. There's a Ferrari round. It's Maxi again. Gru Little Brothers retired from the race. Maxi is round on the final corner on those hard tyres, as you were saying moments ago.
These hard tyres just don't seem to be working here in Spain today.
I'm not sure they're going to last those laps now.
Those rears must be overheat so much now. He's going to struggle to get them down in temp and then go to the end. I really don't see it happening. We got a spin in sector 1. Oh no, that was just. Why has he come out? Gru's little brother's
Edu's about to retire, I believe. He's just cut the corner. Yeah.
Bad Boy Man did not get DRS on the straight, but is still in DRS zone of the McLaren.
Any Liverpool fans in chat, I can give you good news in the fact that Bobby Firmino has just equalised for Liverpool against Newcastle.
City won 6-0.
6? Who scored the other?
Yeah. Alvarez scored.
Yeah, I knew that to make it 5. I don't know who got the 6. It was 5 a minute ago.
Alvarez got 2.
It was a Mo Salah assist as well for Bobby Firmino. It's good for the FPL. And Martinelli scored the winner for Arsenal. He's also in my FPL. I've had a great week.
It is a very spread out grid here though in Spain.
It is.
And the only tight battle is still the McLaren and the Ferrari fighting for P2.
Be interesting to see if this gets resolved or whether it stays like this. Bad Boy Man, he's lost DRS. Will he be within? Oh, Bad Boy Man comes in. He's into the pits. Lap 16, he decides to go for the undercut.
Will this work in his favour with those cold tards? Will he be able to stay on track?
Half race distance on those mediums, and now he's got to do 18 laps on the hards.
Decent pit there.
And there's also a Haunted Curse in the Williams. He's lapped. He's not even close. Fanstonius is also coming into the pits from P7. Bad Boy Man comes back out in P6. Will the undercut work, or will those hards take far too long to get into the tyre temperature range? Can Niels overcut him?
You would maybe expect to see him trying to heat them up, just because with all his fresh air, try and get that extra bit of heat, because from what we've seen, they're not working.
Is Niels pushing? No, he's not. There's no consumption of ERS down the back straight. He's not pushing his hardest. Will he even pit this lap? You would assume so, but...
Will he try and cover off the undercut the best he can? But we are seeing Bad Boy Man just using a little bit of ERS on those exits. Just, he's going for the position here over the McLaren.
The McLaren is
in the pit. Who will come out in this P2?
How good is this pit stop for the McLaren. It felt slow.
The Ferrari. Yeah, I don't know.
It did feel slow. Bad Boy Man is coming around the final corner now.
This could be
Where is
very
Niels?
tight.
Niels is coming out of the pit lane as we speak.
And it's be so tight.
Niels is going to have position on track, but with his tyres, will he be able to stay ahead? He's had a much better in-lap than Bad Boy had an out-lap. But the cold tyres, how much will Bad Boy be able to make back
Bad Boy
up?
Man, you'd expect to be pushing now to get back into that DRS, using those warm tyres to his advantage. Here's a 2-second gap, so that undercut does not work.
No, not with how cold tyres get in this game.
We do see Maxi block on the hards with the new fastest lap. And a spin. Who is that? Is that Haunted Curse? No, it's no? Haunted? I don't know who that is. Yeah, it is Haunted Curse. He spun it. He spun his Williams in the first sector.
And
he also on the new hards. Yeah, Adman going into the pits now on 8-lap-old mediums. Going to the hards.
Wouldn't have lasted to the end, if I'm being honest. But that undercut did not work for Bad Boy Man. He is still 1.6 seconds behind, and the advantage that he would have had with cold tyres is over by now.
Bad Boy Man does have a little bit more ERS and is using it now. Banter Brandon is a pit stop clear of his teammate Ifney, who is second place, but has not pitted yet.
And he doesn't need to.
Ifney has not pitted. And
what lap times is Banter Brandon doing here? Let's have a look at some of these sector splits. As he rounds the final chicane. Oh, he does come in. He is into the pits. He waited long enough so that he could keep first position for the entire race.
Beautiful little grand slam there.
Oh, not quite. He didn't start on pole, did he? No, he did start on pole. What am I talking about?
He did.
How did he end up behind Fan? Oh, because the drive-through.
Oh, yeah. I'm not counting that.
No,
he's going to grand slam.
Yeah. If you need to get a penalty to overtake Brandon, that just says a lot, doesn't it?
It says so much. He's had an unbelievable, quite nice, easy race for him there. His teammate, you'd expect to maybe start pitting next lap after he does.
He could have double stacked, and the Red Bull crew would still have had 20 seconds to get their mindset on Ifney.
Unbelievable, really. Are we going to see Bad Boy push to get into this DRS?
Niels is overtaking Adman Trev now as he laps him, and Niels is going to close up.
Only 5 temps.
Niels going to try and overtake Ifney on the track. Yeah, you're right. Teasers closed the gap to Xavi. Both pitted.
Both on those fresh hards.
Can Tease make a position on the Alpine and get up to P5, and that is provisional P4 once Ifney pits.
This has been an incredible race here from the Williams.
He's often so consistent. Got the podium in Australia at the start of the season. Looking
the
to
McLaren is now in the
form.
DRS of Ifney's Red Bull, who has not pitted yet. So this is playing really nicely into the hand of the McLaren to get that P2.
You'd imagine Ifney he won't. Ifney's going to stay out. Is he looking to do a medium soft strategy, which is audacious on and around Spain?
Very brave. His tyres, he must be struggling.
How old are those tyres? They are 19
laps old.
And Zetty still hasn't pitted yet either.
The softs have struggled from lap 7.
That was on high fuel though when Adman did it. Maybe Ifney might be on something. Maybe he can squeeze 9 or 10 laps out of them.
I'll be very impressed.
So will I. It's another Williams round. You'd imagine that's Haunted, and it is.
You would.
Haunted Curse has not had a great day at the office. Ifney gets a 3-second penalty as well for corner cutting. It's going from bad to worse for the Red Bull driver. Haunted has spun it again in Sector 3, and Cyclo will be lifted off the bottom spot here as he rounds to overtake the Williams driver. At least his birthday race isn't bottom of the pack.
The McLaren now is really pushing to get past this Red Bull. He is holding him up, and it's giving Bad Boy Man the chance to catch up and get into that DRS.
His plan. Maybe that's why he hasn't gone into the pits yet.
This is not good for the McLaren.
No. And finally, Ifney does wheel off into the pits.
Does. Now,
but
I'm interested. If he goes for the softs, it is going to be a struggle. But then the hard is a bit.
He's done 19 laps. It's hard. He's done 19 laps on the mediums, and he's only going to do 13 on the hards. It doesn't make sense. Maxi Block's out. Maxi Block is out.
That is an absolute. Where?
In Sector 3. He's retired in Sector 3.
What has happened? He's just
retired on track.
That is a shocker. Oh wow, Maxi Block with the earliest pit.
Maxi Block
does not know how
had to leave, I assume. That's awfully strange. There's another Williams spun in Sector 1, and it's Haunted again, and Haunted is out.
Xavi's also out.
He's taken Xavi with him. Xavi got caught out.
Safety car.
Haunted spun it in Sector 1, and has hit Xavi. That is not good. There will be
now, who has stayed on these mediums in a very good position in his Aston Martin. This has played perfectly into his hands. That is not good racing there. Xavi out.
Haunted has said so sorry.
This is really... Banter Brandon pitting for the softs.
Could he throw away the lead?
That is... softs have been 7 laps. It depends how long the safety car goes for. But yes,
it is a very spread out grid, so you'd imagine maybe a while. But, it doesn't matter. He's come out... Oh, he hasn't come out in the lead. Who's that? That's Alfa Romeo. He comes out in P2 behind Niels. He will speed past Niels, you'd imagine, immediately.
The Williams of Tees is in P4, but he is also entering the pit. Ifney in the pit, Zetu in the pit, who has had an unbelievable race. This has worked perfectly into his hands. Fanfinus in the pit, Sergio Silva taking his time. He seems to have stopped on track there. Maybe because his teammate is in the pit and doesn't want to get held up when he enters, if he does. Or the Delta. Yeah, that possibly as well. We are seeing... Is the AlphaTauri pitting? He's chosen against the pit. And we get the McLaren next round. Will we see him pit? I
would imagine Sergio Silva didn't pit because his teammate did, and he didn't realise he'd be able to do it and not lose any time. But so we've now got several cars on the softs. Does that mean that they are going to last and that it's been suggested by the engineer, or is that just 7 or 8 drivers gambling?
We see the 2 drivers battling for P2 have stayed on those hards, as well as the AlphaTauri of Sergio Silva. As we see, he's coming out the pits on the softs. Alvaro in on the softs.
On the softs now, if they last, Tees in the Williams is in prime position for a podium. For the second time this season.
Could see a Williams in P2 if those softs hold up and he has that pace.
And Ifney is right behind him in the Red Bull. His race has not been good, but with this safety car, he does have a chance.
Banter Brandon, though, has lost his Grand Slam, which is quite sad.
And Xavi has been awfully quiet in the Discord. I wonder how Xavi is doing right now.
I would not be happy, honestly. Would not be happy. Cyclo, though, in the Mercedes has had a really not a great race here, but this has given him a chance to come back.
Is Cyclo even racing, or is it his AI?
I don't know. I don't know.
I think it might be his AI.
Overtakes.
If you're if you watch his throttle input, I think this is Cyclo's AI, and I don't think he's realised that there's a safety car that he can get into here.
So I need to let him know then. This could change out here for the Mercedes.
Yeah,
could be getting points. Oh, I do, yeah. And yeah.
Do you see what I mean?
But yeah, I do.
That's not a human. Yeah, that's definitely not a human.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We focus back on the main pack as we wait for the 4 drivers behind to catch up. So,
wait, is Adman going to be able to unlap himself, or is he going to get straight back into racing?
Adman Trev will serve as a buffer between Tease and Bad Boy Man, which is a shame because that means Tease will not be able to use his softs
straight away.
Yeah, get the best performance out of them. Oh,
you'd hope.
Apparently Cyclo left. I didn't see that happen.
Yeah, not even. Yeah, no. Oh well. But hopefully we see Adman nice race and get out of the way for T straight away. Alvaro now catching up to the pack. The last driver too. East going into the pits again. Has he got damage or?
If he's got a fresh set of softs, why wouldn't you go into the fresh set here? He's got nothing to lose. He's going to lose one position. He does
have
Alvaro.
Another fresh set of softs there.
So he loses one position, but gets a much fresher set than the rest.
Still in P10, so he's guaranteed at least a point either way, really, here.
I think this might be smart from East.
This could really help him. Alvaro on those 2 lap holds, also with a penalty. What penalty is this? It's a 3-second penalty, so East you'd expect now to get at least P9. Sergio Silva, everyone else on at least 2 lap hold tyres. East on the freshest of the lot.
Alvaro and Ifni, the only drivers here with a penalty.
You'd expect Zetu to try and hold on as best he can to that Ifni, because in an Aston Martin this is a great position for him. Safety car is in this lap.
Here we go.
I'm very interested on this start because Banter Brand's on the softs over the hards. Will the hards be warm enough to get through that first sector without spinning, as we've seen so many times?
Ooh, Niels may have just taken a warning there by accident.
I've taken so many warnings in a safety car and it is frustrating.
Maxi Block has just retired. Mid-race, Maxi Block has just retired from RPL.
Oh!
Trying to get some heat into the tyres. Niels has just...
Oh, I thought he spun it there.
He tried to get heat into the tyres. He hasn't gone yet. He's still trying to get some rear tyre.
Waiting, ready.
He's going to go now, you'd assume.
He's leaving it very late here.
Yeah, as you would. He's gone. Oh, and he's almost spun. He spun it. Niels is in the wall.
Oh, wow.
The McLaren is in the wall. And he doesn't take anyone with him, I don't think.
We have seen Tease get straight past. But then
Zetu has got past
is inside.
Tease.
Zetu now.
Tease has got a 5 second for an illegal overtake. You'd imagine that is. Oh, and it's all falling apart. Alvaro's also got a 5 second for not giving back a position.
It's a chaotic restart there.
Niels has just retired on track, you'd imagine. I don't know.
No, he spun out. Didn't he? He crashed at the start.
Yeah, but as in, he didn't crash though when he just retired.
Oh. But as you see, Zetu now has a great chance.
Zetu and an Aston Martin.
Great points here. If he can keep up on those softs to the hards.
Can Bad Boy Man keep these hards relevant till the end? Will they be faster than the Aston Martin on the softs?
The Aston Martin seems... Oh, he's tied his battling now, Fanthinus. As he's trying to go around the outside. Cuts him off, but the Red Bull now going down the outside
Ifney
as
on the
well.
inside.
Ifney, that's
and T's left boxed in. Fant's backed out a little bit. T's carries the speed.
Now on his inside.
T's carries the speed.
T's using up his ERS now, trying to get back at Ifney. But also trying to defend off that
speed in that Red Bull. T's goes around the outside.
He goes around the outside. Oh, it's tight.
They need to not touch.
It's very tight.
Ifney ruined the race last time out. Hopefully he doesn't do it again. As T's runs wide.
T's run wide. T's does have a penalty now as well. But then so does Ifney. T's with a 5 second, Ifney with an 8. We also see Alvaro now with an 8-second penalty.
Fanthonius now right on the back of T's. Doesn't need to make the move to get the place, but he's going to, it looks like.
Banter Brandon's clear as well.
As you'd expect from a hard tyre runner.
Can we see Zesu catch up to Bad Boy and cause an upset for the Ferraris?
Fanthonius now. Oh, a little moment from T's. Stays ahead just. Luckily Fant didn't hit the back of him. He was alert. But now down the back, down the main straight, sorry.
From these three. Ifney, T's and Fanfinus have had some absolutely phenomenal racing here.
And Fant's coming at him. T's doesn't have the ERS to defend.
ERS.
T's going to hold the outside line, which becomes the inside for turn 2. Doesn't, he just concedes. He knows that Fant's got more pace and he lets him go. Heartbreak for the Williams driver who was on for a podium at the safety car restart.
Still a strong race, but East now in the DRS as well of T's.
Fant has just had a little moment. That's brought T's back into play. This battle between these two may continue to the end of the race. But as you said, Oren, Banter Brandon is gone. 4 seconds clear.
He's had an unbelievable race.
I said only a safety car could stop him. Even that couldn't.
T's does. Oh, he's almost lost it there.
This now sitting behind T's.
Greatly. T's does still also have a 5-second penalty. So even if he gets that position on Fanthinus,
he needs to drop him. Ifney now trying to get past Zetu for the podium place.
Banter Brandon
less than
with the
3 tenths behind,
lap.
And he's got DRS and ERS. What can the Aston Martin do to defend? And it looks like not a lot as the Red Bull breezes past. He's already cleared a whole car's length before the corner.
The McLaren of East does now have DRS on the Williams of T's. And East does not have a penalty. So this could be another position conceded because of penalty. Oh, if he went to the grass there a little bit, almost losing it. Just leave him.
T's again almost loses it. He's lacking grip on those softs. And if those softs start running out of grip, Bad Boy Man, the only remaining driver left on the hards. And it looks like he's gaining time to Brandon.
Those softs earlier went off after 7 laps and we're getting to that point now. I know they were under the safety car, but Spain is... Oh, Bad Boy just
lost it.
Getting a bit too much curb there.
And this would be peak performance of the hards. 12 laps, they've worn in. This should be around the best of the hards you're going to get. But Brandon has just dropped him by a whole second.
Yeah, it was that moment on the curve. That last sector for Bad Boys really cost him. Really cost him. Well, I think we'll start to see him catch in the last 2-3 laps, but it just won't be enough. As Fanfinus makes his move on the Aston Martin and just flew straight past him.
Fanthonius, who qualified P3, is back up to P4 after starting on the front row.
And if he can stay within 8 seconds of Ifney, which you'd expect him to be able to.
Ifney struggling on those softs.
Get P3. That'll be a podium for for the AlphaTauri. Having us very much in the DRS now of Ifni. As East makes a move on T's. T's just really struggling now. He's going down back at him though. Oh no, just couldn't make it. Pulled out there. Well, good racing there. Oh, but East goes wide. T's is now side by side on the straight.
And East hardly leaves him any room.
That was tight. There was a bit of contact there, wheel to wheel racing. Not much room for the Williams driver.
As we ride on board with Fant, Ifni with this time penalty will come below Fant, and Fant will get his podium in the AlphaTauri.
8 seconds, so he is currently behind East. Ifni.
Tees is out. Tees retired.
Tees out.
Tees has binned it.
That was a big crash.
And it's a safety car. That is big, because all of those runners with a penalty will now lose loads more positions. And
Adman is straight in the pit.
It gives everyone a chance to pit if they wish. Will Bad Boy Man select to go on softs now? You'd imagine he has to. Who's got fresh softs left? Who's only got used? So many questions now to be answered in the final stages of this race.
There's 4 laps left. And we saw from the last restart, it was chaos. Will we get a similar scenario? Does Banter Brandon? He has the call. Will he pit? 5 seconds ahead of Bad Boy. You'd expect Bad Boy to pit.
Tees gave East damage apparently. East is complaining. Now what will we see here?
His wing looks okay. I can't see the damage on his wing.
Will Brandon pit? No. He didn't know whether to or not. He was slow. Will Bad Boy Man pit? You'd imagine he has to. He doesn't. Neither does Ifni. No one's pitting.
Shocking.
Nobody's taking the gamble. You'd imagine Bad Boy Man had to.
That is shocking. But I don't know, because the softs, if Banter Brandon hasn't pitted, Bad Boy has a good chance now on those hards. Those softs are very old for being here in Spain. We do see Alvaro pit though in the Alfa Romeo in P8. This is going to be a very interesting last few laps. Ifni saying that he's going to get his 5 seconds removed because there was a lag in the game. So we could see Ifni hold a very good position here from what wasn't a very good qualifying for him being in a Red Bull. So we'll now picture it as a 3-second penalty for Ifni. As Alvaro also has a 3-second penalty. Safety car is in straight away. That is wasting absolutely no time as we get back to racing. Banter Brandon holding and maintaining the pace. Bad Boy Man on the hards, everyone else on the softs, and Cyclo also on the hards and P10. And he's not raced. His AI is going to get him a point.
Yeah, they might decide to scrub that off, but we will see. We'll leave that down to the league directors.
As we get Banter Brandon restarting this race for us.
You'd imagine Bad Boy's tyres will be cold.
Going into lap 32, he seems.
And he's gone.
As he starts it nice and early.
He's
absolutely rinsing his ERS. Bad Boy didn't seem ready.
Bad Boy seems to be coming at him though. He must be running much lower wings.
He may have better grip going into this last 2 laps.
When will those softs drop off? Will they drop off? Doesn't look like it.
Just going into the. It was a lot cleaner start there from the boys.
Yeah, it was. We will not have any DRS for the remainder of this race.
So it'll come down to ERS use, as we do see Bad Boy using it out of the exit of some of these corners. Really, he is pushing. He wants this first position for the Ferrari, knowing his teammate is out
to lead
and the
us,
Red
so we
Bull
can see
behind him
is going to gain a position behind Ifney at the minute. Everyone all the way back to, wow, East just dropped outside, so it'll be Zetu and Fant both gain a position for being inside the 3 seconds of Ifney.
Yeah. Bad Boy, man, is out of the 1 second, which doesn't matter now, but that is still a gap that is lovely for Banter Brandon. He'll be very happy with that starting lap as we get on to the final lap of the race.
Banter Brandon really has done nothing wrong today, has he?
He has not stepped a foot wrong. He's had pace far quicker than anyone, and he truly does deserve this win. We have seen a very good race. Well, what was a great race from Tees until he had that moment near the end, which ended a really good Williams run. Zetu and the Aston Martin reaching higher than you'd think in P5.
And that could still turn out to be P4 after penalties applied. He has a second gap to Ifney. He needs to keep within that 1 second.
Sergio Silva, 5/10ths off East. Can we see a last lap bit of drama, as he does have a lot more ERS? East is flashing.
It's not a good exit there from Sergio Silva. Adman Trev now picks up a penalty. Will we see Zetu get P4 here, round the final sector of this Spanish Grand Prix?
Everyone flashing now, everyone's pushed on this last lap as you'd expect.
Zetu has 5/10 spare.
Crosses the line, that is P1 for Banter Brandon in the Red Bull. What a race from him.
And Zetu, it says he's got the position after Ifney's 5 second is taken away though. I think he will still have the position.
What a race. That is phenomenal. From all the drivers that were left there, that was some great racing, side-by-side racing.
Yeah, Zetu. Oh, it says Zetu on podium. I don't think he is. I think he's P4, isn't he?
Ifney and... yeah. No, because Ifney was P3.
Oh, was he? Oh.
And I think.
No, Fanthonius. Yeah. Right. Banter Brandon, Bad Boy Man and Fant is the podium. Oh, Fant has a penalty. Oh. Oh yeah, Fant has a 5 second penalty from last race. Fanthonius for taking out Edu last race on a straight has lost his podium. So we need to add Brandon, Bad Boy and Zetu. Please come and join the RPL comms box.
Do you have a driver of the day?
You're the guest today, mate. You can pick the driver of the day.
I feel like you have to give it to Banter Brandon.
Yeah, I agree.
He was just different. He had different pace. Even if you look at the fastest laps now, he was just above everyone. It was a really good race from him, even with the safety cars. Didn't shake him at all. That's brilliant from him.
That is a very good race from Brandon. Welcome, Fant. Unfortunately, Fant, you are not on the podium, mate.
Why do I? What the hell?
Fanthonius, you have a 5 second penalty carried over from the last race.
I can't remember that.
If you check out the FIA statements from ramming Eddie under the safety car on the straight.
Oh yeah, say it on stream.
Yeah.
I feel like Max Verstappen now, mate. I feel like Max Verstappen.
You sound like him as well.
Can I? Is this a cooldown room or what is this?
I'm waiting for the other drivers to join. I don't know whether they want to do interviews or not, but...
Oh, otherwise you can interview me. Then you have an interview from a brilliant race. You need to be fair, but it was a brilliant race. race.
It was a good race. You ruined it right at the start though, mate, didn't you?
Yeah, but I made it back.
Yeah, you made it all back up.
Because I'm Max Verstappen. Because I'm Dutch.
You do have Banter Brandon in here now. Hello.
Welcome, Brandon and Bad Boy Man. We are just
Hello.
waiting on Zetu if he wants to join. I don't know if Zetu knows the news yet, but he does have his first podium in RPL.
I'm gonna appeal this shit.
You can try, mate.
I think he was still brake checking me.
I'm not sure that anyone agrees with you on that one, mate.
I know. It was my fault. Have a good time, mate, guys.
Don't think Zetu is joining.
I'm not sure he even knows that he's got. Not sure if he knows he's got a podium. Right, we'll move along. If he joins, we will talk to him. But if not, that's perfectly fine. Right, we will start with Bad Boy Man then. P2 with your Ferrari.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
Yeah, really good. This is my second race here, and P2 is really good, I think.
Yeah, it was nice. After your last race, there was a bit of concern because you were involved in
Yeah.
that big incident with Edu.
Multiple. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it was good to see you race quite really cleanly today, mate. And I mean, you pushed that Ferrari really well. You beat your teammate
Yeah.
Maxi Block, who's been the
Yeah,
number
where
one
was
driver
he?
in that Ferrari all season.
Yeah, but where was he?
He crashed out
Retired, didn't he?
he retired in P8. He
Oh.
spun it 3 times.
There. Okay.
Yeah, it was unfortunate for him. And since then, I don't know if you've seen in the chat, but he has retired from RPL.
Wow. Oh, okay. Well, good point for Ferrari for me. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a really good drive from you, mate. Don't let Maxi Block retire and ruin it for you. Well done.
No,
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Zetu has now replied to me, so if he wants to join, Zetu, if you're watching the stream, he didn't know he was on the podium.
It's a lovely surprise for him then, isn't it?
I need to clip the final standings there because I just want to make sure that Bad Boy definitely did get a podium because he had 10 seconds of penalties, I believe.
I didn't.
You didn't?
No, that was Ifna. Ifna with 8 seconds. I didn't get it.
I mean from the last race.
Oh yeah.
Because there was a lot of penalties to go from the last race.
Yeah, I have penalty, but I don't know. Oh, that sucks.
I think you do. Yeah, you do have 10 seconds. Right.
Yeah.
We need to get the grid order
that
straight
was
because
unfair.
right.
Rip my podium.
So Bad Boy goes down to P7. Fanth goes down to P7, and Bad Boy goes down to P6, which means that Zetu and East get the podium. Wait, East doesn't have a penalty, does he? No, it's East. East has a podium.
So many penalties.
Yeah, there is. Miami. Carvalho, no way. Sorry, we're on stream. Shush. 98th minute. Carvalho has just won it for Liverpool.
No way.
Oh,
I am not joking.
Oh no.
I don't want to read out a message from me to my dad before the game or anything, yeah. But I'm just gonna say my message at 7 o'clock was, "Can Carvalho buy a start? Like, what the fuck is this?" And he's gone and scored the winner. I'm just saying. Right. East, join up. Oh, no? Okay, his mum is angry at him. Well, East, if you can hear me, congratulations on your podium, mate. That was a really good drive in the McLaren, and you fully deserved that. You stayed clean, you stayed fast, well in. Right, after that mess, finally, we move on to the race winner. Brandon, how are you, mate?
I'm sad because Spurs drew.
Yeah, but that's a bit disappointing against West Ham as well. They've really struggled this season.
Anyway, bum that. Yeah, good pole win. Very nice.
You couldn't do much more.
No.
It's too quick. You were
What?
above and beyond everyone today.
Oh, stop it, guys.
I mean, qualifying, that lap you did, well, both laps you did in Q3 looked unstoppable until you rest up the third sector in the final lap. But were you pleased with your pace today? Was there much more you could have done?
Yeah, no, I don't think I could have done much better. Car felt good, setup was good. Yeah, everything was good. The safety car helped me because I underfueled a bit too much. But
Ooh.
yeah, no, nothing could have went different. Yeah.
Under the final safety car, were you expecting Bad Boy Man behind you to pit for the softs?
No, he would have lost too many places.
You reckon? Okay.
But I thought maybe he could have been a bit more of a threat because my softs obviously they were quick, especially around here, and he was on fairly decent hard. So I thought maybe I just got to be a bit cautious of him. But yeah, no, I think yeah, I was just consistent and yeah, I got the result I wanted.
Congratulations, Brandon. That is the second time in 2 weeks you've been on the podium and spoken to me, and you are still the leader of the Drivers' Championship. Congratulations, mate.
Thank you, Finnick, and
Well
done on comms, lads.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Right, now that that's said and done, and we know that podium is now Brandon, Zetu, and East, have you changed your mind for driver of the day, or is it still Banter Brandon?
No, I still got to be Banter Brandon. He's in a league of his own today.
Then congratulations on that as well, Brandon. You are also the driver of the day.
Yes! Nah, cheers.
You're welcome, mate. Right, that concludes it for Spain and round 6. Thank you ever so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And is there anything you want to say, Oren?
No, just thanks for having me.
Thank you very much for doing it with me. I will catch you guys next week.